result that I'm having posted for that area with like Madden 19, not the new Madden, because I'm having it. Let's go. So I played this game already. It's like the third quarter, but we had 25 seconds left, so let's start.
Scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Let's go now.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. The former Buckeye, Cameron Hayward. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Ready? Move ready.
Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And Winston lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And that'll make it 3rd down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face, because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he'll try and throw here on the fake. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so for a reason. A lot of times they're true, right? What's that they used to tell us about letting sleeping dogs lie? Well, this one wasn't sleeping. Maybe it was just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you've got the lead. You may have ignited them now they stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably just did. Here's Winston. And this one is incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Ready? Black 22.
On 2nd down, Winston again. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 4 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up. Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Ready. Blue ready.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And this is going to be incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
That is right. Ready. Blue ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in the 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, Tom.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Timeout offense.
So the offense took. Timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. Here's Jordan Berry now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake, but he will not make the first down marker. That'll be a turnover on downs. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity. And
they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Now Jameis on second down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Jaquiz Rodgers there. And it's third down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently, so that's just going to be an incompletion.
I think when they get back in the huddle, the question will be, why did you throw that one? The coverage was incredible all over him. The only thing he didn't do after he caught the ball as a defender was get his feet in bounds. That should have been a turnover.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the Steelers set to take the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Roethlisberger going to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger will hand a counter. Now the Buccaneers go ahead and take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity.
And look at this, another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. His throw incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 3rd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, Took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about this. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. So they knew a lot of steps had to happen here. They got step one, the touchdown. You need a two-point conversion here, don't you?
You do, and as you continue to look ahead, if they're able to get that, somehow get the ball back and get another score, they have to go for two again. That's why teams are practicing multiple two-point plays.
We saw that in Super Bowl 51 with the Patriots getting a pair of big two-point conversions. A very pivotal two-point try that does not go their way. Now it's a big uphill battle for the rest of the fourth quarter.
The attempt was to try and make it a one-score game, right? Touchdown, get two, and now you've tied it up. Instead, they don't get it, still down 10.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now it's counter. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. I have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And they take a knee. So with that mean 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you wash that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
Roethlisberger dropping to a knee, and that ought to do it. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
Alright, so after that, we're gonna, let's do 322. We're gonna do one more game. We're gonna come in with one more game, and I like this four-ish.
Okay, I'm back to school. This is open campus. This is, I should slap it open-handed. Tough life, I told her motto. She had a twin. I feel like Joey Tanner. Big spender, Chris Jenner. I promote the family. Kardashian, see the Bizzo. She like, oh, it's happening. Think she called me, cause she never knew her daddy. And my dog black, Rhythm Nation Janet. Boy, don't make me Jackson. Bodily, what's underground? What's underground? She's frontin' like a ride with the mob. Why shouldn't I charge me, myself, and I? Place the odds, a yes man, it's just a rock and dog. All of them all. Strutting like Pac out the court, hop out the Porsche. Shake that, got that on menu, the a la carte. Boy, I had to make my point about this wave. Watch where the sharks bounce. I gave it up, you talking Cuban links. Tell her ain't no weak link in my Cuban link. Only like my age. We was getting black in days. I got dreams of being Hova, action movie, yay. Listen, babe, so good you think I'm cool with yay. Okay, I got a thing, I can ace a ray. Life is hard, but it's easy being truthful, baby. For real, overload. This is like I got my pinky. Money, baby, we don't play with ain't ours. Bet it back, I bet I match it like this.
These players are on the last year of their contract. Re-sign them so you don't lose them next season.
My first one in, you laid down. Luckily, so, but it wasn't for me. Still the flow raw.
Cap room is how much money you have to spend on new contracts this year. Cap hit is how much the current contract proposal will impact the cap room. The closer your contract proposal is to desired.
can't look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waste at. All these in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I'm writing my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? It reply, how you put up with this song and dance, soulless buffoonery. Long romance, death, what it do to me? Yamagini dream was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for his life, yeah. We all on the dance floor. Girl, come with a dance. Puerto Rican in the breathing heavy. Little had my looking daddy. Couldn't tell him nothing cause we lost him already. Cozy boy with his spaghetti. With the money and fame, the price come heavy. The price come heavy. Like Shaq attack up on a backboard. Come back up on a back.
You have an injury from the last game. See how long they'll be out.
Living movie, blockbuster, this ain't a rental. Talking moody, all these diamonds up in my dental. I get never.
Here are all the players that will appear in the upcoming draft. Select a player to learn more.
Now what you went to, you need to relay, chase money like you say.
Select to scout this player and unlock his best skill. Use this information during the draft to make your pick. Each skill unlock will cost you scouting points. Unlock this player's true skill ranking to see if he's a diamond in the rough. You just found a diamond in the rough. Other teams will undervalue this player, and you may get the next Tom Brady.
You can never get rid of me. I'll avenge you. Both of our fire offend you.
I'm pressing that.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never did anybody, but I got something to do with it. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving them. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like them in the morning, skip the school, that's what
Oh,
got it.
Ravens?
I made me some rats in the morning.
I could destroy them
By
like
the
you destroyed
morning,
them that
I
one
had me
game.
some breaks by the morning. I had a sister by the morning.
Oh, I don't
I got on a meat on the morning. The rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture. You got this picture me. Pacific ice on my ocean. Ready for war like I'm Russian. Ladies should never look lucky. My diamonds they touch me. My neck and my belly. They call it for me and they. You want me like you know look. Yeah, I wreck so much. Yeah, big wreck better calm down. Yeah, if you go around, come around. Yeah, whole squad. Yeah, squad goes on me. Yeah, make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah, Farrakhan glass for the trolls. You can go and get mad. Jumping in the bin, 2 dot 10.
Steelers, the best team.
My shawty pulling up, real bad, bad. You too, dripping my swag. I tag on, I got it in the bag, man. Getting all type of cash, I'm a general too. I never did anybody, but I got something to do with it. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving them. I told him to grab a hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like them in the morning, skip the school, that's the truest about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some bites by the morning,
I'm late
I
at
had a
the
sister by the
40
morning, I
minutes.
got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder,
Yeah.
you got a video.
I don't know. You might get this one.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on E!
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. Leading them out is the former first-rounder from all the way back in 2004 from Miami of Ohio, Ben Roethlisberger.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an
Had
interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
Nice.
You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
First carry for James Conner. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
The numbers for James from last week. 4 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
And this is going to be incomplete. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Here we go.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 21 carries, 78 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Here's carry number 1 for Kenneth Dixon. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Brought in left side by Snead. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave you the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this 1st quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Roethlisberger to his big target, James, all 6-7 of him for a Steeler 1st down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much right after the catch.
Here's Roethlisberger. Washington with a catch, middle of the field. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is not with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it.
Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down at 5 here to start things out. Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this 1st half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there and gets the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And taking it across midfield at the 45. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another 1st down. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some...
And how about this, a fake?
I didn't even look. I went opener pass to this guy. As soon as I press the button, I press
it's
it
such
to
a risky
like
play
the
there to
millisecond
fake it.
it takes
You're
to
either the hero
press
or the
it.
GOAT. Here, they're going to
The
be the GOAT.
millisecond. In
Unfortunate,
that
too, because
millisecond,
you
he
know
came
they
and
thought they
tackled
had
me.
something there. They don't
It's so
call it just to
stupid.
call it. They don't just say,
It
oh,
takes
what the
like
heck, let's
1
go ahead and fake it
second.
here.
Probably
They
not
feel
even
like they've
half a
got
second.
something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just
Dude.
unsuccessful in that opportunity.
First down, here's the right of Montgomery. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Jackson on second down.
Oh, what was that
Pass
throw? I'm
incomplete.
sorry.
He was looking for Ty Montgomery
What's
that
that?
time. And it's 3rd and 5.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Big bet on the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go!
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now Roethlisberger to throw.
Dang it.
And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Eric Weddle's one of my favorite players in the league, Brandon. A guy that always seems to be in the right place at the right time, making a play on the football, and he has excellent hands, as we just saw there.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so
Bro,
good
why
and so
leave it
skilled
open?
and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now 6 on the board here. We'll see. On 2nd down,
Yeah.
Montgomery.
No first down.
Taken down near the 20 at the 21. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Because it was really
The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On 3rd and short, it's Jackson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Is there any doubt in your mind that T.J. Watt fits perfectly going to Pittsburgh?
Blue-collar guy, blue-collar town.
Yeah, but he's also got elite skills, too, coming off the edge. This guy can flash around the corner and usually ends up wrapping up ball carriers and quarterbacks.
A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Heinz Field after this.
What? Was there a 2-minute warning? I didn't see anything. A 2-minute warning at 1 minute and 58 seconds. Just don't do the 2-minute warning.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Roethlisberger.
No!
And he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. And the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. The Steelers call here on the Aussie, Australian-born Jordan Berry now to punt this one away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is caught. It's a pickup of 17 there.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. And it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing is Jackson. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, this from 46. And Tucker's kick, right, good. And that will make make our score 9-0. So that one is his third of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Now Roethlisberger on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And James has it. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. Over the middle. Hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our... All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires.
I need a touchdown, like right now.
Start the second half with the onside kick. Risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Here we go now. Green.
Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. In the on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The Ravens on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hurry up, here we go.
from the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
James has got it. Complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers.
Let's go.
But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle. You put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Roethlisberger will throw. That will be caught by James. The big tight end has a Steeler touchdown.
There we go.
Jesse James, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Boy, it's only a 1-score game. Third quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And we'll see if he opts for a heavier dose of running plays, because running is where they've had more success than in the passing game.
And the way they've spread it around to different people running it as well. It's not just been one principal guy who's carried the thing and moved the game forward for them. Whoever has touched it has given them good yardage. I think he's going to stay with that game plan. It takes the pressure off of him as a thrower.
And a team effort, and they're winning on the scoreboard.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. The Ravens on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now it's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now Roethlisberger. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? It sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And give him a gain of 37.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jesse James with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Steelers have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. The 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football.
Still second down.
Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5. Jackson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard.
Reads blitz. Doesn't matter where it's coming from. Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Right side, it's Sneed. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep...
He's going to mess this up.
Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But the bottom line is he takes care of the ball.
So terrible.
So they'll keep handing it to him.
Did make a
Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains.
Antonio Brown, kiss him goodbye. The 40, the 30, past the 20.
Oh, let's go! Oh my God! That was sick. Dude, that was...
Goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
That was a bad play. I need to put that.
Designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
Dude, that was sick. I'm so...
So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
He's not notebooking.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he...
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown. And now it's second down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard.
Didn't he really cut loose with that one? Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. But he gets this one to Michael Crabtree. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch of the game for Crabtree. It's a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's first and 10. To throw is Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And Andrews lost the football.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Again, Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Andrews. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
And that's exactly why the Ravens drafted him, added him to their stable after drafting Hayden Hurst in the first round. A second tight end who can catch the football. He looks like a guy who's going to line up on the line of scrimmage and mash you in the running game as a blocker. But his best attributes, splitting out, catching the football almost as an extra wide receiver.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Here we go now.
Throwing again. Jackson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Set. Green, 39.
Jackson to throw. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it second and goal. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Now Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. Third down here.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender. But you also have to give your own guy a chance, too.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Throwing now is Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. And now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Here we go now. Blue landed.
Here's Jackson. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Bud Dupree in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. On 2nd down, Jackson. His pass caught at the 4. And the Steelers signal for another timeout.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue landed.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Roethlisberger. Oh, twisting away. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Roethlisberger to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Jordan Berry now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. And it's a fake here on 4th and inches. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. The safety that time, Tony Jefferson there on the coverage. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. The Ravens averaged exactly 4 yards per rush in 2017, and that's what they need here, 3rd and 4.
No. Check. Patriot.
Back to throw. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Green, 39.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
Let's go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding. Offense.
Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, a passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
He's back to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. T.J. Watt in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game.
Thank you for watching and stream or depend if you're watching the live or not. Goodbye. See you whenever, I guess. Whenever I broadcast again. I might broadcast a lot.